It might be helpful, actually, since this is kind of our first one, to sort of take a step back for a second and kind of explain like our history with manifestation, with meditation, with all of that good stuff, and kind of give people a little bit of background, because I think honestly, even our close friends really don't know how much of this stuff we get into.
Oh yeah.
I really don't think they have any idea. So to kind of back up a little bit, we've obviously been married for 15 years plus, and we've been together for 17-ish. When we got together, we both wanted more for our lives, but we didn't really have a plan for that. We were just kind of existing, really, moving on from one thing to the next, as I think a lot of people are. And somehow or another, through a weird course of events, we wound up working with Primerica for a couple of years. And
I think the main message that I got from our time in Primerica was that it is important to self-improve and work on yourself for a better life.
The environment that we were in was really focused on self-improvement, on personal development. And so we were expected to watch or read the book The Secret. If you're not familiar, it was apparently released in 2006.
Yes, I looked it up the other day.
We read it in 2008, so old school here.
Yeah.
Just...
I don't know that we read it. We watched the
video.
No,
we watched the movie. Yeah, full disclosure, we watched the movie.
I fell asleep.
I watched the movie. She has watched the beginning and a very small amount of the end, she alleges. I'm the only one who's sat through the whole thing. I don't know why. It was awful. It's not. It's funny. But it really, I honestly, it didn't sell me on manifestation at all. I walked away from that thinking people who buy into this are nuts, just totally cuckoo.
I was open to the law of attraction, which is what it centers around.
Right.
Mostly because prior to The Secret, I always, I did believe in karma, which is part of the law of attraction. So if you're putting out good, you'll receive good, and if you're putting out bad, you'll receive bad.
They correlate well.
Yes. So I was open to the backbone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not me. No, I thought it was full crap. So, but I also recognized that there were things that a lot of successful people seemed to have in common, and I also recognized that I didn't know what those things were. Or how to get those things for my life. So it just sort of opened me to manifestation. It opened me to personal improvement, personal development. And then because I'm the kind of person who needs to understand the how and the why behind things, I'm a very analytical person. It was the book The Answer. But that book was what really made the difference for me, because it was the first time that anyone explained science that seems to support things like the law of attraction and all of this good stuff. And once I understood rationally how it could be, it was a heck of a lot easier for me to buy into it. And the success of anything along those lines is down to buying into it. So we wound up actually on this lifelong pursuit of personal development and relationship development. We were very fortunate to have our marriage start in a weirdly neo-Christian environment that I don't know.
I helped lay the foundation.
Yeah,
really,
it was exactly where we needed to be at the time that we were there for exactly what we needed. And we read a ton of relationship building books and learned a ton about communication and about each other and all of that stuff before we were...
That's what started our, read books together journey.
Yes.
I think, was that. Working through workbooks together, and that has been, hands down, one of the best things we could have done for our relationship. I will preach that message, that if you don't read books together...
you're missing out.
Yeah, totally missing out. The conversations that come from what you've read and that really do help bring greater understanding to your relationship. And
God, that is the thing that is most stifling, probably, in I think a lot of relationships. Once you've been together for a long time, is what the hell is left to talk about? Because just default in life, your life tends to wind up being made up of kind of the same experiences day in and day out. We have jobs to work, we have kids that go to school, we have things to do. So there's, especially when you share that whole life together, what's new to discuss, right? There's no new things to bring up, and so you kind of just don't talk after a while. So reading books together and having new experiences, going out doing things, learning together, growing together, it makes all the difference in the world. You are both actually changing and actually evolving, and side by side, but not necessarily the same way. And yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.